Nathan Adlin here, and I am standing next to a brand spanking new Ford Fusion. The question is, this is a vehicle that costs nearly $36,000. So, with all-wheel drive and a turbocharged 2-liter engine, is it worth it? Find out next on the Fast Lane Car. You're looking at another fantastic engine, EcoBoost. Ford puts in turbocharging, and it makes it a fantastic power plant. And, oh wait, I was gonna drop it on the ground really softly so you people don't freak out. This particular engine puts out 231 horsepower with the regular gasoline and 240 horsepower with the expensive stuff. So it's kind of nice to know that you can use either when you need it. 270 pound-feet of torque, and that's the big part because it's hooked up to an all-wheel drive system and a 6-speed automatic transmission. All-wheel drive. This is a damn good looking car. I don't care who you are. You have to admit that from the last Fusion to this Fusion, it's changed entirely. It's taut, it's sexy, great curves, wonderful lines. The way it rises and the belt line, how it's high and then moves its way to a curved upturn tush that I, yes, will slap. It's a beautiful car. It really is. And you have to think in the back of your head, yeah, it does kind of look a little bit Jag-ish and a little bit perhaps even Aston Martin-ish. And you know what? That's no mistake. They wanted you to think that. I am a better driver driving this car. That's the best way to look at it. If you're the type who is a little timid behind the wheel and you jump behind the wheel of this particular vehicle, now I'm talking about the Fusion with all-wheel drive and the EcoBoost engine. So this particular combination, it's one of the best combinations out of all of them. However, I have driven the front-wheel drive Fusion with the 6-speed manual, and it was friggin' cool. It really was. I think one of the main issues about the Ford Fusion is the fact that at this level, the titanium, which is what this is, with the all-wheel drive and the EcoBoost engine, is extremely expensive. One of the ways they try to offset the expense in terms of feeling the vehicle out for its luxury roots is right here, inside. And the interior is very well made. Everything is tight, very few gaps. Feels like everything here is high quality. Does it feel like it belongs to a vehicle that costs nearly as much as certain Audis? That's really hard to say. It is a high quality interior, and in Europe, they don't consider these cars just Fords. They consider them high-end European vehicles. So with that in mind, I think that, yeah, it's not a bad interior for the money. I've been averaging about 23 miles per gallon, and the regular average for this particular vehicle is 25 miles per gallon combined. So for a hamhead like me who drives really, really fast, getting 23 miles per gallon, that is friggin' good. Backseat room is a little bit on the tight side, but I can fit behind myself, and when I wear my big boy shoes, I'm about 6 feet too. So there's an area here that's scalloped in the back seat for my legs. I can fit, kind of, and there's plenty of room for my kids. 3 back here, 3 adults, a little tight and a little lacking in the headroom, but you know what? When you compare it to the Ford Taurus, which is a lot bigger outside than this one, it's actually about the same. This is one of the best-selling cars in its segment overseas, and for a really good reason. It's a solid effort. It's a really well-designed, well-executed vehicle. Everything about this car feels tight and, well, frankly, European. It doesn't feel like a sloppy, old-school vehicle that, you know, is too big for itself or too wallowy or anything else. Cornering's fantastic. It grips like crazy. It's powerful coming out of turns with this EcoBoost engine. Are you kidding me? It just launches right out of them. One of the problems with this design is that it does compromise rear outward vision. So when you're looking over your shoulders, it's a little bit tight in there and hard to see. The other problem is trunk space. Because of the swoop and the way this thing is shaped, it seems like it's compromised a little bit of the space, but there is enough room for a big guy like me. The problem is the opening is kind of narrow, and the over right here is about 6 inches. So you have to lift those groceries up and pull them in and then get them inside like this, and then you're okay.
So here we go, I'm gonna give it a little bit of juice. I have it in sport mode, and there we go, nice takeoff. There's 30, I've got it floored. Here's 40, and here comes 60 right now. Yes! I knew that turbo and the extra torque would take care of it. 7.50.
Folks, this is an expensive car for what it is, but I have a tip for you if you want some performance for a lot cheaper, but still get this beautiful car. And that is to get the SE model with the 1.6 liter EcoBoost, and you can even get it with a 6-speed manual. It won't be all-wheel drive, but it'll be quick, and it'll be fun, and it'll be this good looking. As for this particular Ford Fusion with the titanium package, all-wheel drive, and the 2-liter EcoBoost for around $36,000, I give it a lease it, and I'll tell you why, because I think it's just a hair too expensive compared to the other cars out there.